Good evening. The police now say 19 officers and 41 demonstrators were injured during clashes at an anti-racist march in southeast London. 4 officers are still in hospital. At least 1 is in a serious condition. Protesters trying to break through police lines threw bricks and bottles, and mounted officers charged the crowd. Between 15 and 25,000 marchers had set off from a local common towards the far-right British National Party headquarters in Welling, but police rerouted the march in the other direction and blocked the road. For several hours, a hard core of protesters attempted unsuccessfully to get through. There were 31 arrests.
Thousands of demonstrators travelled from all over the country for today's anti-Nazi march. They wanted to go past the headquarters of the ultra-right-wing British National Party, but the police had different ideas. The building the BNP calls a bookshop had been turned into a kind of mini-fortress, its back garden a maze of barbed wire. Half a mile away, the police blockaded the road to force marchers in the opposite direction. Violent clashes were inevitable. It was never going to be a quiet stroll through Welling, and the police were prepared for the hail of bricks and stones. At one point, a smoke bomb landed amongst the horses. Ambulances were on standby for those caught in the crossfire. There were casualties on both sides. For almost 3 hours, demonstrators were determined to get to the BNP building. The police were just as determined to stop them. And the standoff ended when marchers, still angry, headed away from the flashpoint. The police, who regard their operation today as a great success, believe left-wing troublemakers were behind the violence.
We wanted to police a peaceful demonstration, and this is what it turned into. But our tactics have held, and just imagine if we'd allowed this march to go past the bookshop, what would have happened down there in a far more confined space than this junction that I'm standing in now.
An alternative, much smaller march through central London passed off quietly. Its organisers, the Anti-Racist Alliance, criticised the South London demo, saying it was just a dangerous diversion to nowhere. Something the residents of Welling could agree with as they start to pick up the pieces, knowing it's not an end to the trouble. Some of the demonstrators said they intended to take the bookshop apart brick by brick, but tonight it's still standing. And the people inside say they're determined to stay on here no matter how many more marches there are. Triona Holden, BBC News, Welling.
Reports